is a great danger, huge danger. Because not only am I outspoken, and not only do I still have the stamina to go at this thing at the rate that I go at it, pushing 50. They're pissed because I won't break. That encourages people to do what? Keep trying.
Jaguar Wright has stepped into the spotlight with bold claims that have caught significant media attention. Following Sean Diddy Combs' recent legal troubles and arrest, Wright has become an outspoken critic, alleging that Oprah Winfrey is involved in a hidden agenda to protect the music mogul. She claims Oprah's influence extends far beyond her celebrity status, suggesting a deeper role in keeping controversies surrounding Diddy out of the public eye. Wright's accusations are sparking conversations about power, fame, and accountability. As the situation unfolds, many are watching closely, intrigued by her promise to expose shocking truths that could shake up the entertainment industry. In her revelations, Jaguar Wright has shared first-hand accounts of Diddy's infamous parties, pulling back the curtain on what she says happened behind the scenes. She described lavish gatherings filled with A-list celebrities but hinted at darker, troubling undertones. According to Wright, the glitz and glamour often masked unsettling activities, painting a picture of a world where fame and fortune come with hidden costs. Her bravery in speaking out has struck a chord with many, shining a light on what she calls the entertainment industry's darker side. By sharing her experiences, Wright is challenging the status quo and urging the public to take a closer look at the dynamics of power and privilege in Hollywood.
Did you know that was going on in the world of Diddy?
He's a s***er. He's got guns, and he's got coded VHS tapes.
No. Is that something normal that happens in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Freak-offs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody know that. I've been saying it.
Jaguar Wright has stepped into the spotlight with bold claims that have caught significant media attention. Following Sean Diddy Combs' recent legal troubles and arrest, Wright has become an outspoken critic, alleging that Oprah Winfrey is involved in a hidden agenda to protect the music mogul. She claims Oprah's influence extends far beyond her celebrity status, suggesting a deeper role in keeping controversies surrounding Diddy out of the public eye. Wright's accusations are sparking conversations about power, fame, and accountability. As the situation unfolds, many are watching closely, intrigued by her promise to expose shocking truths that could shake up the entertainment industry. In her revelations, Jaguar Wright has shared first-hand accounts of Diddy's infamous parties, pulling back the curtain on what she says happened behind the scenes. She described lavish gatherings filled with A-list celebrities but hinted at darker, troubling undertones. According to Wright, the glitz and glamour often masked unsettling activities, painting a picture of a world where fame and fortune come with hidden costs. Wright also spoke about the treats offered at these parties, describing them as indulgences designed to entertain and distract attendees. She implied that these offerings served a purpose, creating an atmosphere where boundaries blurred, and people were more willing to engage in or overlook questionable behavior. Her bravery in speaking out has struck a chord with many, shining a light on what she calls the entertainment industry's darker side. By sharing her experiences, Wright is challenging the status quo and urging the public to take a closer look at the dynamics of power and privilege in Hollywood.
See, back in the day, if you went to a gay party or a gay rave, there were certain drugs that you would always find on hand. Viagra, ecstasy, Special K, and cocaine. Now see, the cocaine keep you up all night, but unfortunately it gives you limp noodle. So that's why you have the Viagra. Now see, the ketamine, that's a horse tranquilizer, so that relaxes all your muscles. You wouldn't feel it.
The arrest of Sean Diddy Combs has sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, shining a spotlight on long-simmering issues. According to TMZ, Diddy's recent legal troubles stem from explosive allegations made by his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, who accused him of physical abuse during their relationship. These accusations have brought to light troubling behaviors that many had suspected for years but were rarely discussed openly. On a dramatic Monday night, federal agents from Homeland Security arrested Diddy at a Midtown hotel in New York. Sources report that the agents acted swiftly and decisively, emphasizing the seriousness of the charges against him. This moment marks a pivotal turn in a story that many believe was a long time coming. The arrest has sparked broader conversations about power and accountability in the music industry, exposing the dark realities that often remain hidden behind the glitz and glamour. Cassie's claims, and those of her friends who reportedly tried to raise alarms about Diddy's behavior in the past, are forcing the public to confront uncomfortable truths about the industry's culture of silence and complicity. As the case unfolds, Diddy's arrest has the potential to reshape how he is viewed, both as a music mogul and a public figure. For many, it's a moment of reckoning that could finally bring long overdue attention to the abuses of power that have lingered in the shadows for far too long.
Standing in the living room area, and she's there, and he was like, emotional singing, there you are. And I just was like, oh, he's talking to me. And I remember, I don't know if you know what his voice sounds like, but I felt like I was in the presence of his monster inside. And I remember looking in his eyes, and I said to him, what did y'all do? Because I could see that she was really sedated. That was the first time I ever seen her high before. And then he says, tell your girl she wants some birthday. And we were like, well, I mean, he's saying this to me, and I'm like, well, she doesn't have to have if she doesn't want to. He was upset, I guess that she didn't want to do with him whatever he wanted. I don't know. I don't feel like I could advocate for myself in that moment. I realized oh, this guy is
New allegations have emerged suggesting that Oprah Winfrey may be entangled in the controversy surrounding Sean Diddy Combs. Jaguar Wright hasn't held back, claiming that Oprah is deeply involved in covering up Diddy's alleged wrongdoings. These claims have struck a chord with many, fueled by growing skepticism about Oprah's connections with certain figures in the entertainment industry for years. Oprah has faced criticism for her associations with controversial individuals, leading some to question her judgment and motivations. One particularly contentious example is her past promotion of John of God, a self-proclaimed spiritual healer. Initially celebrated for his supposed ability to channel spirits and perform surgeries with bare hands, John of God was later convicted of horrific crimes, including sexually abusing hundreds of young girls and women, some as young as 9. Adding to the horror, he was implicated in running a trafficking ring that sold newborns to childless couples for exorbitant amounts. These revelations cast a dark shadow over Oprah's decision to feature him on her platform, raising questions about her role in amplifying his voice and credibility. Jaguar Wright argues that if Oprah could align herself with someone like John of God, it's plausible she might support Diddy as well. Wright claims to have witnessed Oprah exploit others in the past and fears her involvement could derail Cassie Ventura's case, potentially dismissing her accusations against Diddy. Oprah's contentious relationship with actress and comedian Monique further fuels the debate. Monique has openly accused Oprah of siding with other powerful industry figures to effectively blacklist her during a crucial period in her career. This betrayal was especially painful given the admiration Monique once had for Oprah. According to Monique, Oprah's actions severely limited her opportunities and silenced her voice in Hollywood, leaving many to question whether Oprah's influence has been wielded responsibly. As these allegations unfold, they highlight the complex dynamics of power and accountability in the entertainment world, with Jaguar Wright pushing for greater scrutiny of those who hold significant influence.
If Oprah was watching this, what would you tell her?
I would say, Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do, and stop hiding behind what you call was negative comments, what you call, oh, I don't even deal with things like that, because what people are beginning to do is see you for who you are. Where Oprah Winfrey and I have a problem is Oprah Winfrey called us up and she said my brother wanted to come on the show and talk about him molesting me, and he wanted to tell other parents how to look out for molesters. My brother Gerald is a charmer. So my mind thought was, because she said, do you want to come on? I said, I don't want nothing to do with that cat. I said, nigga, I know it's up to a scam, but people can change. And who am I to say he hasn't changed? It might really be different. So I don't want to get in the way of that. I just don't want nothing to do with it. She said, if you don't want me to have your brother on the show, I will cancel the show. No show will happen. But I wanted to call you up to see how you felt first. When I hung up that phone, brother, I looked at my husband and I said, that bitch is all right with me. That's a real...
She kept it
because she didn't have to call me up. She didn't have to say my brother was coming. She could have just ran with shit and let it happen. I dig her for that. Now I begin to see commercials with my brother, my mother, my father, and my other brother. Now, the reason why that means so much is because in the conversation we had about my brother, we then went deeper. And we began to talk about our relationships with our mothers and our fathers. And I shared my relationship with her about my mother, as she shared hers with me, which I will never repeat because she shared it with me about her mother and father. It might be something she shared with everybody, but wanted to make me feel special. I don't know. Nonetheless, it was in our moment. I shared with her that me and my mother was not talking. I shared with her we were in a really bad place. I shared with her I was hurt and, trying to figure this thing out. She never said my mother was coming on that show, because had Oprah Winfrey said, I'm going to have your mother, I would have said, shut it down. I don't need the world seeing how greedy my mother is. Shut that down. That's one of the reasons why we don't communicate, because of my mother and father's greed. So if you had given me the opportunity, I would have said, I can't put my mother, that's still my mother.
Right.
Okay? Now here comes this show. And here comes the commercials. And now I'm starting to see my mother and my father and my other brother, who was my manager. We didn't discuss that, Oprah.
Wait, he was your manager and you went to Oprah?
Wasn't my manager at the time.
Okay.
By now I had already, fired him. So I'm watching this show, and I'm watching my father sit there, who was a strong alcoholic. I'm watching him drunk. I'm watching my mother be greedy. I'm watching my other brother, who was my manager, be greedy. I know my family. And I'm watching my brother, who molested me, sit on this stage trying to paint this picture of I'm trying to be a help, but now I'm watching the scam. As much as they keep talking, I'm seeing the scam take place. Well, when it was all said and done, Oprah Winfrey calls me. And in that moment, I was still stuck in, this is Oprah Winfrey. How do I say, you had my mother, my father, my other brother, and I'm stuck in that moment. And when we hung up that phone, my husband looked at me and said, what's wrong with you?